Welcome, Tarot Maniacs. I am Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years. And this is Gratitude Sunday. We're going to talk about some interesting things here. We're going to talk about gratitude. We're going to talk about grace. We're going to talk about spiritual good manners and good spiritual hygiene. Most of all, good spiritual hygiene. So it's been a crazy week. I had my procedure on Wednesday. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm doing some housework, so I am a little icky in the back part, but we'll get there. We'll get there. It's been busy. We're we're prepping for my cousin's engagement party. Greg's father is traveling abroad. I've got things going on with college for my daughter. Angus started his first competitions. We unfortunately had a funeral this weekend for one of the police officers in our town, and a lot of grace extended to him and his family, and our Blue family, of course. So there's been a lot going on. I have some friends that are going through some really intense stuff, but today we're just going to kind of take a moment, get in a bubble, and cool out. So, what can we say about gratitude in a high-paced, fast-paced, crazy-paced world? In 2025, we are moving through our days with such speed and agility in most cases that we forget to pause in that moment and have gratitude for that moment. Have gratitude for the things that have contributed to us being busy. So one of the things is last night, I had to get up yesterday at 3:30 a.m. and drive Angus to a drop-off point for his first competition. He had to be there by, it was like 4:45. And so I came home and I had appointments and I had a bunch of things to do, and I was nodding out by like 4 o'clock. I actually had to reschedule one of my appointments, and then I had to clean the house. So I was cleaning the house, walking on stumps late into the evening. But one of the things that I did was I practiced gratitude for my home, for the furniture that we have in it, for the floors, for the dogs, for the cats, for everything, the kids, Greg, everybody that I had to clean up after. I practiced gratitude in that moment of cleaning my house. This is a little sneaky way of doing it, but what it did was it fueled me. So those of you that have super, super busy lives, taking that moment when you're scrambling through making dinner, when you're scrambling through cleaning the house or getting those last few phone calls in at work, take a moment. And I'm going to ask you all to do this week. Take a moment and just be grateful for the things that made you busy. Stop. Because when we have that moment of gratitude, we actually refuel ourselves. So in the practice last night of cleaning my house, being grateful for everything, polishing the sink, polishing the stove, I was able to energize myself and stay with it until about 10 o'clock at night. I got some chili made for Greg, so he had some food when he got home. I made some Rice Krispie squares, gave those to Ella. I had some myself too. But, so I'm going to make a few more things when I'm done with this video, just so that we have stuff. It's my father-in-law's birthday today, so I want to have a few things here. But I think it's so, so important for us to take those moments and have the good manners and grace to understand that the things that make us busy are the things that make us interesting, the things that can fuel us. So if we bring gratitude into that practice, whatever it is, if it's walking the dog, if it's washing the dog, if it's washing the car, having gratitude for it, that spiritual practice will make things better. We'll buy you a little time if that pipe under the sink is going to break. I hope I'm not manifesting that. Polishing your car. Everybody says this. When you wash your car, the stereo sounds better. But it's true. If we put good effort and good grace and gratitude into the things that we do, we will get that act of magnetism where good things will come back to us. We'll get more things to be grateful for. So I want to share with you some of the things that I am grateful for this week. I am grateful for the steady hand of Dr. O, who went in there and worked on my desk this week. Now, Dr. O is fantastic. He is one of the practitioners upstairs at NJ Spine and Wellness in Matawan, New Jersey. Unbelievable doctor. He's young, he's fresh, he's amazing. He is a hoot. He loves hearing the psychic stories. So I share with him a lot of psychic practices and things that I do, and he thinks it's pretty wild. But he has effectively been able to give me back some ability so that I can continue with my life, provide for my family, make content for you guys. So I am so, so grateful for him. I am so grateful also that my husband is approaching retirement. Now, this isn't to say that he hasn't gotten injured at work. He has. He's had a few accidents at work. He's been hit by a car 3 times, I think, at work. He may correct that when he sees this video, but it was one of the reasons that I decided I was going to make a move on him. I was on the phone I called him up after work one day, and he said, I got to call you back. I just got hit by a car. And I said, are you laying in the middle of the road? And he said, I'll have to call you back. I just got hit by a car. And he did go to the hospital, and the shotgun broke free and hit him in the back of the head. He was hit from behind by another car, stopped at an accident, and despite the lights being on. I said, well, I better make a move on this guy before he gets hit by another car. So I am so grateful that he is coming out of his career unscathed. He is looking forward to an amazing retirement. He's got some cool stuff in the hopper, some stuff that we've been talking about. So stay tuned for that. And you guys are going to get a reveal of him. So stay tuned for that. I am so grateful that my kids are growing and thriving and doing really well. Like I said, Angus is doing his first professional competition this weekend. As typical 17-year-olds, he hasn't told me how he feels about the performance. I know they did really well. And I am also so grateful that my daughter is stretching her creative legs. She's doing more artwork right now. She's a very academic person, and she is an amazing artist. She is going to school for art, but she does not practice art for pleasure. And I've been really, really pushing her to do that this summer. It's something you love. It does not have to be a job. Sit down and just draw whatever you want, paint whatever you want, go crazy. So I'm so grateful that everybody is taking my advice for this. I am incredibly grateful for all of you. When I started this channel a few years ago, I didn't really think anybody was going to watch it. I think most YouTubers are like, I don't think anybody's going to watch this stuff, but I am so grateful for all of you. It is such a nice community. We have really nice and supportive people. Everybody's kind of looking out for each other. I know a lot of you talk behind the scenes, and you've cultivated friendships, offline, which is amazing too. And I'm so grateful because this is a place that I want to uplift. I want people to do better, feel better, live better. I want them to feel that there's hope and there's good stuff. We had one of our viewers had a very serious question at the end of my last live, and I gave her a really long reading. And the reason I did that is because I want to give her my power. I want to give her some of the ability to change that I have, and we all have in us. We have an endless font of that, but sometimes we turn the spout off. So we need people to help us ignite moving forward and movement into a better thing. And sometimes you need another person to show that to you. So I'm so glad that I can be a resource like that. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm none of those things, but I'm here to lend a suggestion, an idea, and give you a peek behind the veil at what the spirits and the gods want you to do. How they can best help you. So one of the things that I am extra grateful about is that I had a nice conversation with Bro Logic Barney on Candor's channel. Those of you that follow me know there was a little bit of a kerfuffle when we were talking about a very sensitive topic the first time I spoke with Barney, and I was on Candor's channel the other day, and I said, "Come on up, Barney. Let's make nice. Let's make nice," because I am never going to dig my heels in so far on a topic or a subject that I am not going to want to listen to another person's opinion or their perspective. I really want to do that. And I think that we hit a really good sweet spot in that, he's a little spicy. I like him, go follow his channel. He's a little bit spicy, but he does have really great content. And I like that. I'm open to other people's ideas. I'm not going to vilify or criticize somebody for their own ideas. But I am so grateful that he came up and that we did have a discussion. He's a little spiky still, but I don't want that kind of bad stuff out there. So I'm so grateful for that. And I think it's amazing that if we can be gracious and have good manners in that moment. Again, spiritual hygiene, spiritual good manners. When I talk about spiritual hygiene, this is about not sending out that bad vibe. There are a lot of people out there that will cast out some super bad vibe. We as the light bringers, we as the light seekers, we have to turn that light on. And if it means, just kind of tuning out that negativity, if it means, stopping yourself from going and checking somebody's profile, or hearing the stories from a common person that you have in common, I think that is very healthy. That's good spiritual hygiene. The world is not rainbows, sunshine, cupcakes, and unicorns. It's not. Without dark, there cannot be light. And I think that as long as we lean toward the light, that we can protect ourselves, not to be foolish, not to be, giddy and overly positive. But I think that we can really raise ourselves to a better vibrational level where we get on a really good timeline where things are going to come to us that are beneficial, things that move us forward and that stuff. So for that reason, this week, I am going to use Tarot Oracle's Tasty Tarot. It's a super fun deck. Tarot Oracle is another content creator on here, which I think he is still on leave. He was not well. He was poorly not long ago. But this is a deck that he actually created, and he had some of his subscribers send in their images, and he crafted them into the deck. So I think that that's such a wonderful tribute to his followers and his people. Content is amazing. So you can go back, you can watch some of the older videos, and I am going to make it a point to see if there is any more content coming up on there. But you can still get this deck on Etsy, so I'll be sure to link it. It's a super beautiful deck. It's not too expensive too. So I love it. It's all candy and sunshine and lollipops. So we'll raise some vibrations with this. I am looking for my Kyle Gray Raise Your Vibration deck. I don't know what I did with it. I think I brought it to my folks' house, and I might have left it in the bag that I brought. So I'll find that. But we're also going to use the Zen Animals deck this week. So this is a beautiful deck, more animals, more totem animals. It's by Pamela Matthews, and I will link that down below too. I'm not sure if you can get that on Amazon, but I think you can get it at Hay House. So I'll make sure that I link that. So gratitude turns what we have that is enough into abundance. It turns some amazing things around. So I hope this week that I'm going to be able to provide some readings that will be able to turn some things around. We'll talk about some celebrities. We're definitely going to talk about Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, because I think the wedding, the reports, I just watched Sloan, and it looks like the reports are a little off. I know the city of Venice was really upset about it. So good manners as a spiritual practice. This, I think, is really interesting. And I was speaking this week about like the gotcha tone of the world right now. Like, my son and his friends are very gotcha. Like they want to catch you and be smarter than you. In a world that's obsessed with being right, kindness is so radical and so so much better. It's just so much better. Good manners are not performative. They're not fake. They're not phony. They're energetic boundaries. And they're also a gift to others so that they know how to treat us. And that was something that I did in my conversation with Barney. I really wanted to give him grace. And there were people that were still a little bruised in the comments. And I know that he was rude to Jane, who was on the panel as well. But I wanted to be that person that stepped forward and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to exhibit and grace here, and that's the tone that I'm going to set, and that's what we do with good manners and good spiritual hygiene. You know, if we set the tone, it really does help others respond to us like that. If you do get somebody who is just hell bent for leather to not be cooperative or be contrarian, you can just not engage with them. It's that simple. It's that simple. We can't turn everybody around. So we think holding back before speaking, responding, those kinds of things I think is really important. Not giving into our emotional aspect, our first gut reaction where like someone insults you and you're like, how dare you? I do think that is, very, very critical. And that's part of manners. That's, taking a moment and assessing how you're going to respond. But disengaging with negativity, I think, is a very powerful spiritual act. So, if you are experiencing negativity, definitely pull back from that. Definitely don't engage. So it is shielding your energy, and good manners, good psychic hygiene is an excellent psychic boundary. So we can do that, and then you can avoid having people really interfere with your life. So just to underscore, not everything deserves a response. If someone is not coming to you with good manners, you do not have to respond in kind manners. So, silence isn't weakness. It's often divine restraint. I think spiritual hygiene often brings us to a higher path, a better vibrational level, and it speaks louder than words. So remember, I'm going to say it again. Silence is not weakness. It's often divine restraint. So I want you to clear your energy daily. I want you to practice that act of gratitude when you're rubbing the windows or when you're, cleaning the wood in your house, like whatever it may be. I want you to practice gratitude and clearing the energy. We're going to clear the energy. I'm making this beautiful. I'm making it shiny. I'm making it clean. I'm taking the energy out of it, and I'm putting more good energy into it. And I'm so, so grateful for this break front, this dining room table. If you're vacuuming, the stairs that they take you from one place to another. So visualize a bubble of gratitude and grace around you and everything that you do. It's impenetrable, it's reflective, and it also radiates. It's going to affect others. Use your thank you as a shield and a sword. This is a really interesting thing. Thank others. I practice the secret technique. I always say thank you 3 times, because when you are raised with a certain amount of manners, you do throw away thank yous. I'll give you this example. When you go, those of us in New Jersey, when you go and get gas and they bring you your card back, because we can't pump our own gas, you just say thank you when you take that. But if you say thank you, thank you, thank you, and I don't say this in public often, but I say it in my head, this 2 other thank yous, it does help you be more present in that moment. It helps you not throw that thank you away. And that's not one of my teachings. That's one of the teachings from The Secret. So use that. Tools that I use from other people's philosophy, I'm always going to give them credit here. So thank your guides, thank your people, thank your family, thank your pets. I thank Cutie Patootie every single day for coming here and sharing her little family with me and bringing them into our family. She chose us. So, and she brings me such joy, and I bring her so much food and safety for her kittens. I do give a lot of gratitude for that. So I want you guys to stay grounded, stay gracious, and most of all, stay grateful for everything in your world. Gratitude is not just for Sunday. So if you're watching this during the week, I hope that you're going to practice this. So I want some of you who are so inclined, put down below some things that you're grateful for. I think that it's important for us to kind of mark them and write them and put them up on a board. If you have a chalkboard in the house, if you have a wipe off board, one thing that you're grateful, write it up there, write it in the comments below, sing it out, sing it out. When we do that, when we acknowledge the things that we're grateful for, and we don't just kind of roll through them in our busy 2025 world, it lets the other things know that we are showing up, that we are here in love and service. And it's not just like, okay, I'm grateful for you. I am so grateful that I have these amazing children, this amazing family. We are very pet heavy here, but we consider all of them part of our little tribe. I'm so grateful that my father-in-law is in good health, that my mother and my father are in great health. We have no drama or issues at the moment with anyone with health, and that's so awesome. My father-in-law is turning 80. My father is 88. Like, good health, like that's something that I am really, really happy about. So say what you're grateful for today. So one of the things that I'm going to do, I am still running the summer special all week. So if you'd like to get your own magical reading, there is a link down below. I'm going to be using the Tasty Tarot unless I feel led to use a different deck. And I will, anybody that gets a reading this week, you're going to get some Zen. I'll do an Oracle reading for you as well. Oracle cards, they're super fun. You can pull one or you can actually do spreads with them. So I will be doing little mini spreads at the end of your scheduled tarot reading. So we'll have more spiritual content next week. I hope you guys are enjoying the tarot lessons. I actually wrote a tarot book while I was out of service. And I have a very good friend of mine who I am very grateful for doing some reading of that book. There's going to be a lot of pictures in it. It's going to be really exciting. And it actually is starting the prototype for the deck that I will hopefully produce before the end of the year. I don't know. It just kind of organically grew out of the book. So we will see what happens with that. But as always, guys, thank you so much for being here. I know this was a long gratitude video with no readings, but I'm going to do a reading for you too in just a couple minutes. So thank you for being here. Thank you for just absorbing all of this and being part of this journey to raise the vibrations of the planet. I so appreciate it. So I hope you have an amazing Sunday, and I will see you guys in the future.